Welcome to Theater Crafts, where we take theater memorabilia and we make brand new treasures. All right, so today I'm going to personalize candles. So we're going to take standard, pillar candles, and we're going to use, look at this. We're going to use, in this case, tissues, and in this case, napkins, and we're going to transform regular candles into masterpieces for your next party. All right, let's get crafting. Okay, so here I am at the workbench, and I want to show you these up close because they are just sweet. So they're just regular candles that you probably have already in your house. You certainly can get them just about anywhere. You can get them at a craft store. You can get them at home stores, just about anywhere. And they're just typical candles like this one. And so they have nothing on them. They're just the wax. But then you can add these beautiful elements. So this one kind of reminded me of Hamilton. I had napkins from a gathering that I had, and I thought that would be really fun to put on a candle. And this one is, no lie, these are tissues that I had in, I think I got them at for Christmas in my stocking or something. And I just thought they were too cool to be using, for blowing my nose. So I thought I would use them for this. And I just love the idea of decorating just plain old candles and making it kind of like an event. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. It's very, very easy. And let me clear and get all the materials. All right, so you don't need a ton of things to make this. So obviously you need your candle. You can use any size. This happens to be the size that I have at my house, but they have certainly larger ones. They have the tapered candles you could certainly use, but a pillar candle I thought had a nice amount of space that you can use to show the image that you want. I have this isn't a little iron. It gets pretty hot, and I use this mostly for my Cricut, when ironing small images and such, but it's perfect for this because of the size of it. But certainly you can use a regular iron as well. You need a pair of scissors to cut your images. You need parchment paper. Now, the parchment paper is important because you're going to iron the image onto your candle, and the wax can bleed through the tissue or the napkin or whatever it is you have. So you want to protect your iron. So that's what the parchment paper is about. So you got that. And then obviously you need your images. And these are the two that I had. So this, like I said, was a packet of tissues that I used, and that's this one right here. You can see that. And then this one these are napkins that I had for, it was like a theater gathering that I had, and I just took the base of it there, you can see, and I covered the candle with that. So I'm going to do one with the tissues so that you can see what we do here. And it could not be easier, really. I've been making these for a long time. I love this kind of approach to decorating your what you've got going on at your house, and making a party special. I mean, it would be really fun. Like I said, that this one kind of reminds me of Hamilton, and you could use this for, I don't know, like a Tony Award party or something like that. You could certainly, like with music, obviously, if you have some sort of music gathering. So what I've done here, I just opened up the tissue here, and you can see that was true here. And I basically cut it in half. So you want to make sure that your image is right side up, and I don't know if you can really tell. So this is right side up, but that side of the image is upside down. So that's why I cut it in the middle there. So you want to make sure that your image is going the correct, the correct way. So when you cut it, now you don't want to use the whole piece. You actually want to cut it so that you can separate the layers. And that's kind of important. So you see here, there are layers to the can see that. Layers to the tissues here. And I'm going to carefully separate that because they are fragile. All right, and there you go. Oh, it's kind of satisfying, honestly. So separate that. And you're going to put this aside. You don't need that. We can see the image kind of bled onto that. So this is very fragile. All right, you can see right there. Now pulling up my candle here, there are different ways that you can do it. Now I kind of like the idea of doing it so it looks a little different than the other one. The other one I did from the top down, and I think I might line up the bottom here along the bottom of the candle. So it's going to give it just a different look to it. And this is almost perfect. It's a little bit overlap, but it's not so bad for the size of this particular candle. So I'm going to cut so you can see it's about like halfway through that staff there. All right, so I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to kind of rough cut it a little bit. You can always trim it later. So I just want to cut through here. And while I'm doing this, by the way, my iron is warming up, so that I'm going to cut this too, because you can see that that's kind of twisted over a little bit. There we go. And that side looks okay. This is very fragile. So my iron is warming up. I've put it on the lowest setting here. It does melt pretty easily, and so I don't want it to melt so much that it really damages. Although I have to say, you know, I kind of like the idea of the wax coming through, and you can see. I don't know if you can see that. I can see it. The wax has come through here, so it really is fully adhered to the candle. You can see that here too. It's fully adhered to the candle there. Okay, so next we're going to take our parchment paper. Okay, so you get your parchment paper here, and again, this is just to protect your iron. So I'm going to cut this down so it's not quite so bulky. Here's the parchment paper. Sorry if that's crinkly in your ear. All right, so I'm going to take the candle and the image. I'm just going to line it up. See that? How cool is that? I just love this. There are other ways you can do this too. You can use tissue paper. I've done that as well. And maybe in a future recording I can do that. So see, I've got a little bit of an hangover there on the tissue. You can always trim that at the end too. You need to. Okay. Like I said, I'll trim the rest of it at the end. But you can print out images onto tissue paper, and that looks amazing too. Like I said, I'll try doing that at some point in the future. Here we go. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to take my parchment paper. I'm going to lay it over, again, just to protect my iron, honestly. And you're not going to use, you'll be able to see, you can already see, you can see the wax going through there. And just be careful you don't burn yourself. So I'm literally just rolling my candle. You can do this with, square candles too. It doesn't have to be round. This one just happens to be one that I have. And you just want to kind of, you're just adhering it to your candle. This would make an amazing holiday gift or show gift. Look at that. Look at that. How cool is that? All right, let's keep going. Like if you, or like I said, Tony party, wouldn't it be cool if you had like candles that were in the middle of your table or your food display of, that have music on them or something like that. And there's so many really great napkin patterns or even tissues like I've got here that you can use that would really kind of bring your display to life. I love that. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Look at that. How great is that? I'm going to make sure this is adhered here. You don't want to do it too long either because you'll get too much of the wax coming through. But I actually like the look of the wax. It makes it feel like it's totally part of the candle. So I see that it's not fully adhered right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of heat there. Again, you don't have to do it very long. You can see, there we go. You can see how, as I see it right there, it's not adhered. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty special. I love that. And it looks pretty good on the top. We can trim maybe a little bit over here. Just to make sure that that's all set. And there you go. There is a candle that is fit for a theater gathering. I love that. I think it's so fun. I hope that you try this. And I'd love to see what kind of candles you make. You've got great imaginations. I want to see what's going on for your crafting. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Theater Craft. I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.